guys, so today we're going to make hummus. We're going to make it oil-free and sugar-free as much as we can. So you're going to need, first of all, some garbanzo beans, also called chickpeas. I usually go for low sodium as often as I can whenever I buy any canned stuff. My husband bought these, so they don't say low sodium on them, so we are going to rinse the heck out of these later on. Ginger, I like a lot of ginger. You probably just need about an inch, but like I said, I like a lot. So I'm going to peel and cut up this whole guy. Half a scallion is what I use. I do not like oniony flavors or the aftertaste, so I just put enough in there for the health benefits and, you know, a little bit of spice. You can use up to 2 scallions if you want. Some people really like that oniony flavor, so that's an option. Apple cider vinegar, you'll just need a little of that. I've got Bragg's, which is the best kind, I think, in my opinion. Agave, you're going to need a little bit of agave. This is the only sugar that we're going to be putting in here. You can use sriracha. The flavor is really awesome. I'm not going to use sriracha today because it does have some xanthan gum and preservatives added into it. My favorite thing to do when I'm doing this type is the Louisiana hot sauce. All it has in it is peppers and vinegar and salt. There's not, as you can see, there's not a ton left in here, so I like a lot of spice in my stuff, so I'm going to also add a little bit of this Mexican hot sauce. It does have a little bit of sodium benzopate as a preservative, but no other additives. So if I need to, I'll throw some of that in there today. Soy sauce. Now you can use soy sauce if you like. It's the easiest thing to probably grab. I am not going to use it because of all the additives. I'm going to use this, which is another Bragg's product. It's liquid aminos. So it's from soy protein, and it's a natural soy alternative. All it is soybeans and purified water. So this is what I'm going to be using today. I'm going to chop this, and I'll get back to you. Okay, so we've chopped our scallion and our ginger, and one thing I forgot to mention is a little tiny garlic clove. Once again, I'm not big on the aromatics. This guy's already peeled. So I always pick the smallest garlic clove that I can possibly put in there. It does add something to it though, otherwise I've tried leaving it out, and I like it in there. I just like a little tiny bit. But again, if you like that garlicky flavor, you can throw a larger clove in there. It's all up to what you want. I've chopped everything up pretty fine. If you like that occasional surprise of biting into a chunk of ginger, then by all means chop them more coarsely. But I like to get everything pretty well blended. And we're going to start adding stuff in here. And I have found it best to add the smaller things in first on the bottom rather than put the chickpeas in first and then throw everything else on top. I just find that it blends quicker and easier. So I'm going to start with my scallion. I'm going to roll my ginger in there along with my little tiny garlic clove. And all those guys are going to end up at the bottom of your food processor. Okay. And then I add the liquids in next. So I'll start with the agave because it's sticky. I always start with the stickiest thing first. And I'm only going to add like half a teaspoon. Here it is. I like to let all of it get out. Next, we're going to go for our hot sauce. So like I said, I'm going to use up the Louisiana, what I've got left, before I add this guy. And sriracha is great, I'm not knocking it, it's just got a little bit of that added stuff. So I'm going to add 2 whole tablespoons because that's how spicy I like things. So we'll start with my good old Louisiana. And that's about a tablespoon, so I'm glad I have this other bottle. That guy is done. And again, if you don't like things as spicy, obviously you will add maybe 1 tablespoon is good to start with. Or if you're bringing it to a group and you're not sure if the group is big on spice, start with 1 tablespoon of whatever your spicy thing is going to be and go up from there. Okay. So that's there. And then we're going to rinse this off a little first so I just don't get everything everywhere. Then we're going to do our apple cider vinegar. We're just going to throw in a teaspoon of this. Good. And then from here, just 1 teaspoon of either your soy sauce or soy sauce alternative, which is what we're using. Okay. Then I have rinsed the heck out of these chickpeas to get any extra salt off of them. I even rinse the low sodium ones when I do them because all of them are going to have a little sauce in them. And that's it. Everything's in there. Lock it down and noise warning. So you're going to have to scrape it down a couple of times. And like I said, I put everything in the bottom because the big stuff tends to, I mean, the chickpeas are going to get blended anyway. But I like my stuff, my hummus really hummusy. If you like a chunkier hummus or if you like to leave a little bit of the textured stuff on top, you may not need to take as long blending as I do. Okay, so hummus is now blended to my specifications, and I wish you guys could smell how awesome it smells, but very hummusy. I'm just going to place that over there so I can scrape that off later because I want all of it. And you can experiment with, I certainly did when I first started making, with throwing tahini in there if you want. You can experiment with anything you want, really, basil, more garlic, other spices, and play around with it. And there's your hummus. And that's it, quick and dirty, oil-free, sugar-free hummus making. No makeup, no mess. Thanks for joining me.